What we got? I've seen stocks for a while and it's been great. Can't say I'm mad at that setup. All right, blockchain. Oh, we open? Oh, we just opened. Oh, okay. Oh, let me get chat over here. See, I forgot how to do this. So, how do you do a live stream on YouTube again? Oh, that's how. I get it. I get it. All right, EXPI, SI, right blockchain leading the day here today. Really, really low volume up here. This looks super good. Tesla chopping their butt around over here, I see. When XPI, SI, Soxel. What's Soxel doing? Stuff. Tesla, Amazon, Nvidia, Microsoft, Zoom, PLL. Ah, good thing I never bought that. Okay. All right, AMD, NIO, Sell H. Things still look like choppy garbage. See MasterCard. Let's go visit MasterCard. How's MasterCard doing? Horrible. Hold them on the 50-day though. See how long that lasts. All right. Morning, Rob. Market's still kind of horrible garbage. You got anything good? Speaking of anything good, you like that chart, Rob? Is this a stock for you right there? I think that could do it. It's $1. I think I talked about this last time I was live. Running a job with a foreman. Oh, that's cool. Seems unusual for you. Did they screw it up? Right, blockchain is getting a lot of volume. Yeah, it's not too bad, is it? Were you here when I talked about it? Did you hear me talk about it? I actually had an interview with their CEO. This company does Ethereum staking, cryptocurrency stuff. They say BTCS. They do have some BTC on their balance sheet. Um, Short staffed. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's not too bad. It's been going sideways for a while. Hopefully find support, or I guess it has found support here at like the 60 cent level. Volume's pretty good. We'll see. I don't know. The problem is they're almost a proxy for Bitcoin, and the CEO wants me to do an interview with him for my real crypto channel. I said yes. I just gotta should probably reply to him. That'd be nice. Let's do that right now. Wants to do it 10 a.m. Eastern time. I believe that's right at 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock. I can't do that. I have to do after 11. That'd be 12, 1, 2. Um, what up, Blah? Yeah, maybe. I don't know, Rob. I guess I'd get more recognition if I do more videos. People just look at my subscriber count and go, "Oh, that guy, blah blah blah." What's up, Jared? It could have been his last option. I think he's just doing the rounds. He talked to me for an hour the other day, over an hour. I'm still kind of breaking Blah, to be honest with you. Yeah, I mean, we're pretty sideways choppy. I do like Riot Blockchain. It's a Bitcoin play. Um, GBTC probably also looks pretty good. Yeah, but Riot's the hyper play. Riot looks pretty good too. Volume declining. Pretty happy up here at the 55 level. I think Bitcoin obviously still has more to go, and that's obviously going to benefit Riot Blockchain. Oh, this thing gets to $100, man. It's gonna be crazy. Jared, yeah, the CEO guy, yeah. I feel like I should go public. Some of these companies. Soldier Riot yesterday, Blah. Yeah, it's actually I don't think I have any anymore either. Hey, what up, Ellie? But yeah, right, SI. I mean, the crypto cycle's not done. And as a matter of fact, SI looks like it has a pretty nice cup and handle on his hands right now. Ooh, look at that pocket pivot the other day. Two two pretty big pocket pivots. One there, one there. SI's looking a little bit better. YouTube didn't show. That's weird. Does it normally? Does it normally show? I'm guessing it shows. Yeah, I decided to get up today. I was tired yesterday. I'm like, I'm sleeping. Market shit. I'm sleeping. Looks like I didn't miss a whole lot. Today's probably gonna be much of the same. I'm probably not gonna be doing a whole lot. I may work on my courses while chatting with you guys. Who knows? What happened yesterday? No, the time changed for me, and my time doesn't change. I have to get up an hour earlier. My wife still wants to stay up till like 11:30, but I got to get up at 6:30. So that means I'm only getting like 7 hours of sleep, which my body don't like. My body like he ate. It reads too much of the internet. It heard that eight's good, so it likes it. Well, I said a while ago was a good time to take a month off. I kind of meant it. I didn't. Yeah, like I think that's actually a good idea. You don't do seven very well, Rob. Yeah, I remember back when I used to live in California back in the day, and obviously, their time changes. Yeah, it takes a few days to get in the cycle, but your body adjusts pretty quickly. But everybody adjusts with you. It's not just you. In my situation, it's just me. It'd be kind of like living in Hawaii trading, which would be fantastic. But then motherfuckers got to get up like 3 a.m. with the open. I'm like, I don't know if I want to do that. That's a little far. Little bit far. Get a new wife. You know, it's funny. We're talking about non fungible tokens a little bit. If you guys don't know what NFTs are, oh yeah, I'll get your question in a minute, Jared. Sorry, kind of forgot. Non fungible tokens are basically little smart contracts that, I guess, don't change. Um, which is probably the non fungible part. So non fungible tokens. I'm like, oh, I should make my wife a non fungible token. I could sell her. And then I'm like, well, let's just to be fair, we should also make me a non fungible token so she can sell me non fungible token. Yeah, pretty fun stuff. Ellie's gonna go, wow, like you sexist bastard. It's just jokes, man. Sometimes I feel like Dave Chappelle. It's just jokes, man. Pocket pivot. Pocket pivots are great. So a pocket pivot, bring back patriarchy. Did you look around the room to see where your wife was before you said that? That's awesome. Um, all right, so pocket pivot is where you have a green day. You want to do a convo? I can do a convo with Ellie as long as he shuts the fuck up. Okay, now I'm just having too much fun. Oh gosh, that was good though. That was pretty good. You guys being disappointing for a white male? We should do a. That'd be funny to do a show where we just complain about being white males and just see all the shit that you get from other people. That would be amazing. Just for that alone. Just for that alone. Complete sarcasm. But yeah, that'd be great. People would think it's for real. Probably be the most popular video on the internet. Like, God, it's so hard to be a white male these days. I know, right? Okay, pocket pivot. Oh hell yeah, I'd get bad ratings. Yeah, it'd be. I'd probably have to like disguise my voice and do something like that. But I think it would be hilarious if done correctly. I think that would be the funniest thing in the world. Yeah, if done right. All right, pocket pivot. So a pocket pivot is a it's a great little signal. So here's a pocket pivot. I'm looking at the volume. Forget the price. Price doesn't matter in this case. You can go full on volume. You can go full volume if you want to. It's really about just the volume. So pocket pivot is where you have a green day that is bigger than any red day in the prior 10 days. So in other words, You take this candle here. You're like, oh, that's a big green candle. Is it a pocket pivot? Count back 10 days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And see if that candle is bigger than all of those red days. If yes, that is a pocket pivot. And when they're kind of, tower like this, they're obvious pocket pivots. So pocket pivot, pocket pivot. This one not a pocket pivot because this is going to be within its purview. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that would not be that's what's called a 5-day pocket pivot, technically. They have 5-day pocket pivots. I've seen the guys talk about 3-day pocket pivots. Just depends on what you want to do, I guess. But a 10-day pocket pivot gives you about a 2-week backlog. And look at all these pocket pivots back here on SI. Boom, 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 boom. Look at that. Nothing. Even right here. Boom. Even right here. Boom, boom, boom. As far as the eye can see, you got like hundreds of pocket pivots. Just huge, huge buying pressure on SI. Yeah, I'd love to have a script for pocket pivots. Absolutely love it. I need a script for pocket pivots. Probably do it on TradingView. Actually, I probably can do it on TradingView. I think I tried to do it on TradingView once and I gave up. Dude, I hope everyone gets a pocket pivot. They're great signals. I really do. I really do like them. Yeah, exactly, Jared. Well, depending on where it happens in the base, there's different kinds of pocket pivots. There's just like your normal everyday pocket pivot. There's your pocket pivot coming out of a base, which is typically a breakout. There's a follow-on pocket pivot, which is a pocket pivot on the run-up. Sure, actually, it's probably like this one. That would be a follow-on pocket pivot. I forget what they call it. I have the book right here because I moved my setup. I'm right next to my books. There's different kinds of pocket pivots. Um, the book is Trade Like an O'Neill Disciple. It's a great book. Deep in the pocket, pocket pivot points, proper buy points. What's deep in the pocket? 152. Let's look. Deep in the pocket. Oh yeah, continuation pocket pivots using the 10-day moving average. Does this have that? It may soon. Once stocks have broken out of a base and are in an uptrend heading higher in price, finding low risk points at which to add to one's position in a strongly acting stock is not always so easy. Waiting for a pullback to a prior standard base breakout pivot point or the 50-day moving average is always possible, but having the ability to confidently pinpoint actionable buy points using pocket pivots within an uptrend is a highly useful addition arrow in our quiver. In general, we focus on the 10-day moving average as our buy guide when determining continuation pocket pivots. Buy points within a stock's uptrend. As always, we maintain a volume requirement that the pocket pivot off the 10-day average come on volume that is greater than any down volume in the pattern over the prior 10 days. So they try to get it coming on or through a 10-day moving average. It has nothing to do with the other pocket pivot I was talking about. All right, Research in Motion in 2007 provides a fantastic example of a deep in the pocket pivot buy point 2 days 2 days up off of the absolute low of a deep double bottom type of formation. So coming out of a bottom, they look for those pocket pivots. So actually, here's one right here. Bam. Just like Research in Motion. 2 days after the ultimate bottom. Insufficient for a proper double bottom base formation. On August 17th, rim gap back above its 50-day and with very strong volume coming into the stock right off the market opening, it was immediately viable as a pocket pivot buy point. something like that. You look for red pocket pivots. Oh yeah, look at that one. There's one there. Yeah, probably in super bullish stocks. I that's not a I can't discount that. Funko. All right, Funko came back. Last time I, whoops, I changed my thing here. Last time I saw Funko pulled back. Oh, yesterday had that, whatever that is. Geez, Genus. All right, Genus rounded back up. Also, multiple pocket pivots. There's 4 right there, including that guy. That would not be a pocket pivot, but they're here now. So go Genus. Who's got Genus? Trying to get back up to the I don't know, hopefully $12 level for Genus. Funko. Full round trip on yesterday's whatever that is. That's a little ominous, but the lows are holding, so far so good from that perspective. IPHI, that is a nice gap. Apparently not a lot of news, but a lot of movement. As the NASDAQ goes lower, down 0.37%, Tesla's stagnant. MasterCard's up 1%. And UAL up 4%. Still walking its way up. Oh yeah, PLL. Yeah, it's kind of a double top, almost an inverted undercut and rally. It's called the overcut and die, I guess, whatever it's called. Like I said, not much to do for the next month. Ooh, let's go over my mistakes. I like that. That's a good idea. Good job, Randy. Um, yeah, I really wanted to look over these last mistakes that I've made. So I was handling the market really well, and then I started to make mistakes, and I've lost a decent chunk of my profits. Not as bad as the past by a long shot, but still, as you can see, my little cash account, if you guys pay attention to the balance, this has been as high as I think it's touched 70, but I don't expect 70. I was also very stagnant at 60 for a long period of time, and somehow I'm down at 40. That's a pretty substantial drop in profit. Excuse me, but I was up 300% and I'm down 30% from the 60 level. I guess I don't really count the 70. Anytime I touch a round number like that, just touch it. I don't really count it. I used to do that, but those are fleeting numbers. They don't really matter. But when I'm stable at a number, that's the number I feel like I should have. So I've made some mistakes here. I got in a Mastercard too many times. I'm actually still holding on to a Mastercard position, but I had a great entry on it. We talked about this last time. I think I was live up here. How I was down 30% before it came down. Now I'm down like 70%. But luckily, it's not a massive position, so it's not really harming me too bad. And I'm trying to give it the benefit of the doubt. I have till June, trying to have a little bit stronger hands. You were down 25%, but I think some of that was AITX and WTF off the tops. Yeah, you can't take what I've learned, Rob. I mean, when you have 2020 was insane. I've had insane years in the past, so it wasn't that of a huge shock to my system. Um, but the come down off those highs, there's always you guys have seen enough. You can't stay up there like that. It's, I mean, if you can, then teach me because you know, actually for the past 2 years, I kind of have been doing that. I have been staying up. Look at my P&L over the past 2 years. It looks really good. I've been trading extremely well, but this time around, the market situation shifted too much. I didn't shift enough, and yeah, so I paid the price. I paid the price. Did some over trading. Did a trade in Mastercard. Let me look at. Oddly enough, I think I lost money on Tesla. It's funny. Sometimes I lose money on some of my charts I should be the best in, and then I make the money elsewhere. Kind of funny. Um, what? New security question. Okay, I need a security question to get into my Ameritrade account. Um, okay, that worked. That worked. Yeah, so cup and handle is 70. So here's my yeah, so um here's my graph here. So January, I got pretty quickly up to 70. I would say I was up at 70 for a while there. Look at that. Cup and handle here, and then I've just been making a series of mistakes. Looks like ever since February 16th. So this was about a month and a half ago, and I've just kind of evaporated down to the 40 level. So if you take 70 into account, that's almost 50%. It's probably like 40%. That's not a good drawdown. I don't like that. And you go 6 months, I was back down here. I made some mistakes starting out. I got down to 14. I started with 20, got down to 14, and then boom, hit a good stride there up to 60 real quick. And I was pretty stable above 60. I got down to 42. Now I'm back down to 40 again. I'm trying to maintain a level here so I can level up when the market gets good again. I don't really feel a major pressure to trade. So let's look at some of the transactions here. Here we go. Transactions. Excuse me. All right, 2021. Oh, that's cool. Put nicely. Um, so my last mistake I had was Microsoft. So it looks like Microsoft did a number on me. They don't do P&L, they do buys and sells. So it's weird. Hey, James. You okay, bud? What's up? I know. You want to get a hug? Hmm? No? Okay. Too old for hugs. Um, so I was up in Riot when I sold. I did sell Riot. I was up in Riot when I sold it. It's like I lost about 800 on Mastercard. Oh, hi, James. Come here, bud. 50% from their highs. But more high conviction stocks. Yeah, I just step aside. I try to step aside to cash, Jared, because even the high conviction stocks in a bad market don't work. And you don't have to. I mean, it's a catch 22. Look, everybody trades differently. I'm not trying to tell you guys how to do anything. Um, but for me and what I do, hold on a second. I gotta get it. But for me, what I do, um, yeah, I just go cash because I do have very few convictions, and even the ones I have convictions in, I prefer not to hold through egregious downtrends because there's something about stocks not coming back, and I don't like that. I don't have like a multi-decade time horizon, and even from that regard, I would argue most stocks still don't come back. A good example, we can look at a Tilray. I can all but guarantee there's people holding Tilray from the $100+ level. Even after that big pump we had for only one day, we only got up to 70, barely 70 for Tilray. Um, well, I'm right in Tilray because I'm talking historical context. I'm not dogging Tilray today. All I'm saying is that I guarantee there's people holding Tilray from up here that have conviction and that have long term thing, and it'll probably get back up. But you know how much money I made through 2019 and 2020 while not holding Tilray? It's so yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I think Tesla's an anomaly when it comes to that. So let me put you this way. There's stocks that we like and there's stocks that change the world. Tilray ain't changing the world. Tesla's going to. So I think from that perspective, Tesla is a bit of a different beast. Um, I could be wrong, 100%. I get it. And I hope I'm not because we do have a lot invested in Tesla. If things change dramatically, I may reevaluate. But right now, just for general trading purposes, because what I do is what's considered speculation. And if you're a speculator, you don't need to have you need to have convictions in your trades based on your technical setups and your current market theory, but you don't need to have convictions on something 30 years out. And then yeah, to the point about something 30 years out, what if you're just wrong about your convictions? Hold on a second. So anyway, yeah, that's generally why I go cash because I have no convictions. I don't know what's gonna move. Um, WDLF, that is a super tight chart. Dang, look at that volume. That's crazy. Oh yeah, up or down? Well, that is the question, isn't it? That is the question. You do have a little bit of lack of buying pressure up here. Bit of a symmetrical triangle. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, everyone's hoping up, but you never know. That is super tight, though. You are correct on that one. Yeah, well, volume should be going down in this situation. So from that perspective, it's good. Yeah, they're just holding it. I mean, they're holding it. Yeah, I mean, this area is primed for pocket pivots when you have this super low volume like this. So we don't have any though. This red candle kills this one. This red candle kills this one. This one kills this one. This one kills this one. So far the sellers still outperforming the buyers. Um, but it'll you get a nice pocket pivot in there that could restore some confidence. So here's that's still not quite. There's a pocket pivot. That one may even be a pocket pivot. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8, 9, 10. So a 9 day pocket pivot. I've seen so many 9 day, way more 9 day pocket pivots, and they end up doing pretty good in stocks that have pretty good technical setups. This one not though, but there's a yeah, you do switch to more green. You go from four big greens to five big reds. So a little bit of a change in behavior right there. Yeah, I'd probably wait for the shift. All right, NASDAQ down 0.26, right blockchain. Coming down a little bit. MasterCard. All right, MasterCard getting a little bit froggy. Give me some of my money back. So, but yeah, market still could do anything right here. Although we are getting more narrow Bollinger Band, which is good. And that, let me edit that study. That looks horrible. Yeah, it's a straight up pink color. There we go. Now they're the same. Now you can see it. Okay, so our Bollinger Bands are narrowing a little bit, which is good. It just takes a while. Just takes a while. That's all. UAL, MasterCard, SI down. SI now only up 1%. Has an interesting cup and handle pattern on it, though. Oh, IBD talked about Wayfair. I saw something on Wayfair the other day. Look at these motherfuckers going down from 26 to 330. Jeez, what's Overstock doing? Remember that Overstock move that we completely missed all of? From 3 to 100? 120? From 2 to 120. It's like a 50x on just the stock. How crazy is that? Sucks to see the ones you missed. But I wouldn't have been all over Overstock anyways. At what time in your life have you gone, oh yeah, duh, Overstock? I don't think that's a thing. So not much going on here though. All right, April 5th, 3 p.m. So I'm going to do a interview with this guy in 2 Mondays. I don't think I have anything going on then. What platform should I use for an interview? Skype? I don't I don't really like Skype. Teams, Zoom. I don't really have Zoom. Yeah. So actually, this BTCS is a stock in the OTC. Doesn't look half bad. uh, yeah, that's what I usually say. Hangouts. Yeah. Yeah. So this guy reached out to me. IVR doing things. Oh yeah, there we go. I actually had an IVR position a while back. I ditched it. Ooh, that may have been a mistake. Look at pocket pivots. Wow. See, a lot of COVID stocks have moved, and IVR kind of stagnant, so I bowed out of it. But look at that. Pocket pivot, pocket pivot, pocket pivot, pocket pivot, pocket pivot over here, and then two big pocket. Yeah, that looks pretty good. 50 day. I think right now all of your moving averages are diverged. I like that. You have a lot of IVR? So the CEO reached out to me, wanted to talk, and then We had a nice chat for about an hour or so. Then he emailed back saying, "Hey, you want to do an interview?" I'm guessing it's kind of like, you know, the girl that asks you out, or the girl that likes you that you didn't ask her out asks you out. I guess he wanted an interview from me on my channel. I didn't know that. He never said anything. I don't really do interviews, so I don't mind. Be a fun experience. So yeah, this does look super good right there. Actually, I like that a lot. I may buy some of that. Um, so he has this BTCS company, which they own some Bitcoin, and what they're doing right now is they're doing Ethereum staking. So they have 240 Ethereum nodes. Each node you have to have 32 ETH, and they have 240 of those. They have like 20 million in Ethereum, and they're running staking nodes. And that's kind of the business model right now. Um, it's fairly cut and dry, but I guess we could learn a lot about staking and could learn a lot about the business behind it, I guess. Um, yeah, so I've done a couple interviews, but I haven't interviewed before. Should be interesting. Should be interesting. But yeah, so BTCS, I actually don't mind the chart either. Looks pretty good. IVR, I do like IVR. All right, let's go see what it's doing. Maybe we can make a trade on it. Volume is definitely picked up. That's a good sign. Haven't opened stock shed in a minute. It's taking a minute. All right, boys and girls, where's IVR going? Previous height 17. We're gonna work our way back up there over the next couple of years, probably. I think that VM got really cold, Ellie. It took a while to start. Maybe 15. Maybe we just get back up to 10. Where do we think this thing goes? To Lambo and above, so 15. If you take a leap on this to 2023, you're at 1,500% for the $7 calls, 1,000% for the $4 at the money calls. Oh, one of my big mistakes, I think. I told you guys I was just having some choppy problems with my account there. I was trading options too far out of the money, and they didn't move, and that premium just freaking evaporated so fast in front of my face. I think I did talk about that with Mastercard. That was my major problem with Mastercard. Is I should have been at the money. I should have been at the money. I think that's for me. That's my sweet spot. It reduces risk. Yeah, it just reduces risk. So especially on general trades, on something like a Tesla, we're in super bullish market conditions and things are all aligning, I think you could try to be a little bit more aggressive, but it wasn't a good idea to do that, to be that aggressive as the market cycle kind of shifted. So IVR pulling back a little bit. But yeah, so 15 by 2023. Let's see what that looks like on the weekly. So it's January 20th, 2023. To 15. That's what that looks like. It's not possible. It has to definitely jump back up. Yeah, Jared. So yeah, so there's this whole the money thing. The current price here is $4.07, $4.08. So they have $4, which is technically in the money because it's under $4.07, but it's at the money because it's the current strike price that you're sitting in the middle of, basically. So this is in the money. This is out of the money. This is at, I guess it's called at the money. So this is at the money. This is out of the money. The thing about out of the money is that it's all premium. And there's something called think of it, there's like a value to an option. Anything in the money has actual value. It's called intrinsic value because it actually exists. This is extrinsic value because it doesn't exist. None of this value, this is all perceived value out here. Inside here, like this $2 call, you're at $4. This has a $2 intrinsic value. So you're only paying 12 cents above its intrinsic value. So it's inherently less risky than if you go out here to the $5, in which case you're $1 away from having any value and you're still paying 5 or 6 cents for it. So from that perspective, the less you pay for your option, the more money you make on a percentage basis. So here, you're only paying 26, 27 cents versus here you're paying $2.12, almost a 10x difference. So your performance is going to be drastic. So if we go out to January 2023, the $4 or 96 and 90, very tight spread. That's a lot. And so this is 1,500%. No, wait, 4 is 1,000%. If I go out to 7, I'm making 1,500. So a 50% difference here. Notice the price is also about 50% different from $1 to 50 cents. And then if I go in to that $2 strike at 215, see this $2, this is paying no premium. If you were to buy that at $2 for $2, you're paying no premium. I mean, it's not a guaranteed win, but as long as you have any kind of an uptrade for the next 2 years, this is a guaranteed win because you're paying no premium. Extrinsic value is also called premium. So for this $4.98, you're paying 98 cents for it. So you're paying $4.98 for something worth $4.04 today. So that has extrinsic value of the difference between the $4 and the 98 cents. So the extrinsic value is basically 94 cents if you're paying that 98 cents. Yeah, zero premium at $2. Yep. And now they're trying to get it for $1.99, cheap bastards. Yeah, this actually has some, like, this is very benign option activity here in a crazy bull market. Let's look at this. Look at how tight this is. This is like a 2 cent, 3 cent spread. This is super, super tight. Let's go look at it. Here, even right here on 810. Let's go look at it on 810. And Thinkorswim has this cool feature where you can go back and look at option prices. I don't know if this has the same. January 2022. Is that the same one? I think it is. 20 cent spread. That one only has a 5 cent spread. So you can see a very big difference here. With 11 days left to go, even that's a 10 cent spread. That's over 10% spread. There's a 5 cent spread. There's a 100% spread at 3.5. Just as an example. So this right now, during the market, has very, very tight spreads, which is pretty cool. So someone bought that $2. Oh, there's back up to $2. All right, so we've come down off the highs there. 0.68 down for the NASDAQ. I haven't really bought anything yet, but IVR definitely looks intriguing. That may be on a watch list I may take. I don't know. I may take a position on that. We'll see how the market tries to shake itself out. I do like it though. Amazon flat, Apple down, Tesla down, Nvidia down. How's Nvidia doing? Still choppy lower. Let's go through big caps real quick. We got Apple, which, oh, Jesus. That does not look good. There's bear flagging right there. I don't like that. That does not bode well for stuff at all. I know likey. I know likey. Amazon a little better. Cheeses. That's right. That's a good one. I like that. Cheeses. Amazon, Apple. I said Facebook was trying to get going. It did get going a little bit. It did get going a little bit. It did pop up a little bit. Bucking the market trend. That's important. Obviously, Tesla really hasn't recovered from its 50 day. Hasn't even tested it. Not once. Looking a little more ominous. Hasn't broken down yet, but definitely not having any major buying pressure. Also, no major selling pressure. Yeah, it is holding tight, but the problem is we're not getting the same type of bounce back we did over here. I don't have any bias. I'm actually super bull. I have a ton of Tesla. I have a lot of Tesla. In terms of my net worth, I think Tesla is my biggest asset in terms of my net worth. Yeah, I think it's dwarfing my house right now. Just Tesla. Not even. Yeah. Well, other than I guess cash in my account's probably bigger than my Tesla balance, but my problem is my bias. My problem's always my bias. I have lots of biases. Yeah, you see over here the difference with now. I don't know if it continues its run this year. It may not do anything this whole year, to be quite honest with you. It may not go past that 900. You see, in this kind of situation, it was different. Look at how quickly it bounced back. Remember, everyone was like spooked, crazy, got to fight. Like everyone was crazy up here, and everyone was freaking out. And then we consolidated. But look at how nicely it bounced back. The volume stayed consistent, and then we got drive. Like this is super classical shit right here. This today, not so much. It's a big difference in behavior. So I mean, we're lucky in the fact that there's limited volume on the sell-off. I mean, considering you look here, your only big days are really down in the lows where you hope they're buying it, but some people are up there taking profits. And I mean, yeah, you're up so much. There's definitely an impetus to taking some profits off the table. You got guys down here at 167 that are up 500%. There is a lot of FUD in the news, Jared. I will agree with that. There's a lot of FUD on Tesla right now. Must be Wall Street doing that. I don't know. But then I think about Amazon early in the 2000s and Microsoft early in the 2000s. Those guys based for years, absolute years. Granted, it was with the general market bubble from 2000, and then Amazon got going. I think again in 2010. Let's go to the weekly. It's a big ass triangle. Yeah, 2010, 2009, right there. So there's the Great Recession, and there's your 2000 top, which you can't see for some reason. How do I get to? There we go. Yeah, so there's your prior top for Amazon. Obviously, you got the bear market, and then you have this, and then you have this, and then it starts to on 20 from 2010 on. It's been a massive, massive leader. Um, but I think about stuff like this scares me a little bit. Now, obviously, this was the 2000 bubble. This was 2008. This is just a bunch of gobbledygook Amazon growth going. We could do this for Tesla. We could just go south for years. And I mean, if you think about valuations and stuff, it could absorb so much sideways action right now. And a lot of these big movers, especially from the early 2000s, because of the bear markets, had similar type. One of the few that didn't was Booking. It came down pretty substantially, and then when this one did go sideways, but again after the bubble until 2006, then it started going, and it hasn't looked back. This has been one of the best runs ever on booking.com. And then obviously coronavirus. So yeah, slightly different market situation with the Fed pumping everything, but still, it's a concern after huge moves like that on Tesla. I mean, it's easy to have this big bullish bias and see the big picture, which is truly there. It is truly there in Tesla. I mean, I haven't said this out loud yet. I'm going to say it here. One of the things with Apple going up and Amazon going up is that, I mean, some people saw Amazon, but I don't know how many. Everyone sees Tesla, and they are in an established industry. If Volkswagen does do what they want to do, if Ford and GM do what they want to do, how much will it dampen Tesla's future? It's because Amazon came in and did something no one ever did before. I mean, no one was doing online retail in the way Amazon was doing it, and they took over. Nobody was nobody was doing what Apple was doing in terms of the iPhone. And I agree, no one's doing what Tesla's doing in terms of vehicles, um, electric vehicles and self-driving. And maybe self-driving is going to thing that actually propels them forward. But there's people making cars. So like the actual product is a car, and there's competition. So it's a little different in Tesla's circumstance. They do have a lead, a huge lead, but from that regard, it is slightly different in the fact that they do have direct competition while they're growing. But the good part is that the other competition has to completely pivot their business model, which most of them won't be able to do. So I still do like Tesla. I still own a crap ton of Tesla, but that is something I have thought about. Is that there's people rushing right now to catch up with, like, copy Tesla, because they see what happened in Amazon to Walmart. They see what happened to Apple and Research in Motion. They see that, and I think they're trying not to be. They're learning from those mistakes, and especially a company like Volkswagen. The problem is, like, Toyota ain't doing nothing. Toyota's gonna die probably if Tesla does 25,000 and does things slightly differently. But initial investors of Amazon was 1 million bucks and only 22 investors. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They're trying. Well, so yeah. So I mean, think of it from this perspective. Who's looking out 5 to 10 years? Who is actually pivoting? GM is actually pivoting. I think Ford is pivoting, but less. Volkswagen is pivoting, probably as much as anyone could. Those are the guys that are going to survive, and everything else is likely to die. Nissan, Toyota, if they don't get their shit together, although they do have some hybrids. They were the first one to do hybrids. I think they're running off of those. But if they don't go full on electric, um, who owns Fiat? Um, I don't know right now. I think it's changed hand. I think it's maybe Volkswagen. AMD's flipping with Intel right now. Really? Wow, that's big. Market cap. There's a bunch of tiny EVs right now. There's Intel dying that much more. Intel's actually at a high. That's interesting. I don't know, Jared. Beats me. I mean, Ford's made a fairly big push. They got the Mach E, um, but the problem is they're selling those at losses right now, from what I understand. So anyway, yeah, I think lots of stuff. I think lots of stuff, but I think overall, yeah, Tesla's in a great spot. I mean, you got the roadmap, and you know what? I was listening to a dude. I want to give the guy a little bit of credit. I forget his name though. He I showed you. We did the video. The older bald white guy that had like the crazy Tesla price targets we talked about a while back. That guy. He he answered a question that I had, and the question was how many extra factories do they need to build to get to their goal? The answer is one. The answer is they don't need any additional factories. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, they don't need any additional factories. They need to build additional assembly lines, but they have the land for that, but they don't need any additional factory locations per se. They maybe need one additional gigafactory because they can do multiples of what they thought they were going to be able to do with this recent revamp. So from that perspective, I think that's freaking amazing. Yeah, factory on the same. Are they doing it on the same land, Jared? I think it's on the same land. So that's the anyway. That's kind of the whole dealio there. Tesla new factory. Let's go the past week, past month. Let's do month. Tesla and LG in talks to produce 4680 battery cells at new factory. Dang. Yeah, see, here's the problem for investors like us is that it takes a while to build all this crap. You wish they could just do it in a month, but they can't. Such a such a big advertisement in my face. Gambit energy storage. Anyway, VET shut up. Oh, bounce back. Didn't really shoot up. Do it bet it's China. They got a lot of they're like us. They got a lot of raw material. That's the thing about the big countries. They got a huge edge because they have the stuff inside their borders. Yeah. People try to. It's kind of funny when people talk about trying to compare other countries in the U.S. Maybe a company like Norway, because everyone's always like using Norway for some reason. Um, the country's tiny, man. It's super tiny. They don't have. They barely have anything in terms of natural resources. I mean, I think they have some oil, but I mean, there's a lot of minerals and stuff that are out there in the world that all these companies use, and they probably only outsource like four or five of them. Where China outsources all of them, and we outsource most of them. Yeah, local resource of these products are pretty important, especially from a cost basis, because when you ship stuff, it's expensive. So that they're trying to get away from that. Yeah, all good. All right, market down 0.48. Nvidia, let's go check out IVR. See if it's blown to the top of our list yet. No, not yet. Does have a pretty good thing going on here. Increased volume. So I think they're stepping back into it. I do like this name. Looks pretty good. Oh, really, Jared? 12K versus 20K? Wow. That is significant. Is that due to labor or maybe material cost and labor? Man, so they're going to sell Fremont's 20K? Yeah, for that, they probably could just ship them to the US. Going from 12K to 20K. Yeah, it takes frickin' forever, though. You know, kind of funny. Took Elon Musk to bring manufacturing back to America. An immigrant. Took an immigrant to bring manufacturing back to America. Dude wasn't scared at all to build in California, which is like the top two highest cost of livings. Um, he took the guy, yeah, took an immigrant to bring jobs back to America. All the public companies in America moving away from America. Then you have, whoops, then you have Elon Musk bringing them all back. It's kind of funny. Yeah, built 4 factories here. Pretty cool. All right, Genus Funko, right? Blockchain 5%. UEL SI off my top of my list now. It's still positive at 0.7. We don't look too bad on the indices though. And it takes a certain type of person to be president, Jared. I'm not sure if you want Elon as president. Although it would be good though, because he doesn't really subscribe to one political side or the other. So from that perspective, I probably would just vote for him, just because he's super smart and just because he doesn't really side with anybody. Yeah, yeah, I think for sure, Jared, for sure. He just wants to build stuff, man. He's a builder. If he couldn't build anything, he'd be nuts. He'd be doing. He'd have his head up of a rocket thing, and then he'd be like, take a phone. Oh, what's going on? Oh, China just attacked us. He'd be like that kind of thing. It's like working on something else while running the country secondary. Makes sense. I like it. Although if you listen to Elon when he does talk some political stuff, I think he rides a pretty good line between the two sides. I really think he does. He definitely believes in a free market, and he definitely believes in um, not too much government intervention. But I think he even sees a lot of the value in some of the social programs. Um, so yeah, I think he rides a pretty interesting line. Like I know he wanted to open up versus during COVID, and everyone gave him shit for that, which I get. You gotta remember the guy's like half Asperger syndrome, so he's not gonna be the most socially acceptable person, which I think is fine, which I think is perfectly fine. Yeah, let him open his factory. I don't know. Lockdowns are interesting, but at least the factory's a yeah. Restaurants got every one of their mother coming to their factory. You can at least kind of control things a little bit more. We went to a restaurant the other day for the first time in a year. We haven't really sat down at a restaurant. No, I think I did one other time during the year. I forget where it was, but your boss has Asperger's. How's that? Is he sociable Asperger's? What's his does he know what his Asperger focus is? Most Asperger syndrome people focus on something and are just freaking super intelligent at that thing. He's 64. Is he Asperger's at being your boss? Yeah, I think Elon's got a little bit of Asperger's in him. Absolutely. There's a kid I read about some kid that was really good at math and he was 12. and he had Asperger's, but he had a bunch of friends, like just a super normal kid, just had a little bit of Asperger's, and was doing some crazy ass math at 12. Just some freaking. His mom would find him like writing equations on the windows and stuff, and then found out that like looked up some of the stuff, and he had math books, and they got him hooked up with a math professor and stuff. Some mental disorder. Well, no. So here, yeah. Here's the funny thing about that. I was actually talking with someone about um, talking. Yeah, a friend of mine, Tim and his wife Ann. I was talking to them about a little bit about Elon having Asperger's, and what I mentioned to them was that we label all these things because they're, because they're kind of out of the scope of what we consider quote unquote normal. You know what I mean? Um, there's this little, there's this little slit that you need to fit in between to be considered normal, like this little slit, and if you're on one side or the other side, you have to be diagnosed with something. Like this is what humanity should look like because we're here today. And granted, most of us generally fit into this line. We're not too smart. We're not too dumb. Two arms, two legs. All that good stuff. Like there's a slit. But if you look at somebody with like a slight Asperger's, nothing like very very far Asperger's. Um, I don't think that is a. I think it's a deviation from that normality, but there's some human deviations from that normality that could be good. Um, at least in, yeah, certain aspects. I wonder if the world's evolved to, yeah, that maybe okay. Having a thought here. Yeah, yeah. If you go too Aspergery, then you don't get the social stuff to be able to hold a society together. So that's very likely why we ostracize people that are like that. We've evolved our brains have evolved to consider this normal. Our peer group around us is normal, and since most of us are fairly in that normal, very narrow gap, anyone outside of it, we pick up on it quickly and we ostracize them. Anyway, gotcha. So he's just got a good memory. So yeah, maybe he's that's cool. Maybe it's yeah, good, good, good. Yeah, I guess not all Aspergers have to be super geniuses. Yeah, I do that too, though, Rob. Like although I won't bring it down to the month and the year, but yeah, when I drive around Scottsdale, sometimes looking at some of those houses I did, crazy, crazy, crazy fun stuff. I got pictures of them all. I think I've shown them to you guys a couple times. I'm like, I know one day this job's gonna end and I'm gonna want these pictures, so I took a few. Not as enough as not as much as I should have, but I took a few. Pretty good stuff overall. All right, Mastercard 2.23, bouncing back pretty nicely here so far. The volume appears to be low. Right, blockchain 4.5. Yeah, and as that kind of garbage. All right, I'm gonna have to do some work here for a bit. I think I'm gonna bounce, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna get out of here. Um, I am interested in an IVR position. Going back to 15 in basically a year and 9 months gets you, 1,000%, 1,500%. I can't be too mad at that. Can't be too mad at that. So, all right, Jared, Rob, take it easy, y'all. Have a good one. I will see you guys tomorrow. Just saw your Slack chat there, Ellie. Nice. Yeah, IVR is looking pretty interesting down here. It's one of the laggards, which is I don't like laggards. It's not in my nature to like laggards, so that scares me a little bit. So, all right, y'all, I'm out of here. Have a good one. See you guys later in the Power Hour. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow. All right, bye.